Goyal Sahab
जी
already
सर,
guiding us, and he is well aware nowadays with the anti-doping science, and he
right sir.
understood really a lot of work need to be done in this field also.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, sports science and this anti-doping, the biochemical assays, these are such parts which have not been tapped so far by the
Mhm.
pharmacist, I can say.
Correct,
So,
correct.
so these are the things where we need more knowledge from great persons like you, sir, and then only we will be able to do research and get it into the revised curriculum, and then incorporate it into the future syllabus, sir.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही. I am not great, but I am also learning.
No, no, sir.
And in last 2 and 3 years, I learned lot in about anti-doping.
Sir,
Sir,
you are representing
this
India.
is always a greatness from your side.
And really, I learned because I didn't know before joining in dope testing. But okay, it was very big challenge, and however we had to learn very fast. We cannot leave it. But okay, so same thing. I'm thinking that it must spread in all the
Yes, sir.
scientific community, and it is a need
Right,
of the
right.
hours.
Yeah.
करेंगे
Definitely,
हम सब
sir.
मिलके करते हैं.
बिल्कुल sir, sure sir, sure. We shall collaborate. We shall join hands and between
जी
Dipsaru and the dope
जी
testing laboratory, sir.
जी sir.
Sir, I think we are right on time, and we can start the program.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Avantika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please start.
Good morning. As we proceed towards session 14, I cordially invite Dr. Rajiv Tong, Dean, Students Welfare, to kindly introduce our speaker, Mr. Dr. P.L. Sahu.
Thank you, Vinka. So, good morning, everyone. I welcome from the heart Dr. P.L. Sahu to this AICT Atal FDP technical session development program on drug engineering. Regarding introduction, sir, I am the witness that how NDTL is shining after your joining.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I must congratulate you
Thank you.
that after your joining at NDTL, NDTL is getting is new heights. So Dr. P.L. Sahu currently engaged as a scientific director at National Dope Testing Laboratory, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Before joining NDTL, he served as Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India as Principal Scientific Office and Head. Dr. Sahu has master degree followed by a PhD in chemistry. He has 24 years of rich and varied experience in analytical research and development, working on various positions in top ranking drug companies in India and abroad, including these are Teva, API India Limited, ABDI, Ibrahim Pharmaceuticals, Turkey, Jubilant, Dr. Reddy's, IPC and Lupin. Initiating his career as analytical chemist in Lupin laboratories over the period of time, he has risen to the level of head of research and development. He is accustomed to taking up professional challenges and has consistently been contributing in Indian foreign drug companies, focusing on the standard setting of for drugs and other drug development activities. He is qualified technical assessor for ISO 17025, 17034 at NABL and has come across the opportunities of sharing his views, his vision at numerous national and international forums. He has traveled widely within India and abroad representing IPC, Government of India, as also as a special invitee in his personal capacity. I welcome you, sir. We are fortunate to have you as a speaker. So now, thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv. Thank you very much for nice introduction. And I welcome all the participants in this great program, which is organized by Dipsaru. And Dipsaru is continually improving the knowledge of the faculty always, and they are dedicated for that. And I must congratulate Dipsaru for continuing the same even in this pandemic period as well. So really it is good because you have not postponed, even you are continuing by online. So there may be some hurdles by online, but I hope everything will go well, as Dr. Saurav and Dr. Rajiv is well managed the programs. So I would also request with all the participants, I always welcome if you have any question in means after this, because this is not on in between we cannot ask, but after my PPTs we can have very good detailed discussion, because the dope testing is totally really is the new subject maybe for all of you, all the participants who are participating in this program, and it is very interesting. So let me tell you first what is the dope testing in layman language, even though you all are scientists, teachers, professor, everybody. But I would always prefer to have dope testing as a layman language. How means then immediately you will understand what is the dope testing. So for example, if we have very big swimming pool, बहुत बड़ा एक सपोज करिए 1 एकड़ का स्विमिंग पूल है, बहुत बड़ा जो होता है जनरली बड़े बड़े लोगों में, उसमें आपने 1 ग्राम शुगर और 1 ग्राम साल्ट नमक डाल दिया और डिजोल्व कर दिया, बोथ आर सॉल्युबल इन वाटर, सॉल्युबल हो गए. Then you told to NDTL, kindly find out what you have added in the water and how much amount you have added. Now you can understand our challenge. आपने तो पानी में घोल दिया 1 ग्राम चीनी and salt. We didn't know what you have dissolved, but we have to find out you have added the salt as well as sugar and amount also I have to tell. वो तो एक बार dissolve हो चुका. Now means you can amaze in your mind which kind of challenge there. So not only these 2 compound I have said, just for example, there are about 300 to 400 drugs are there, drugs and metabolites we have to find out in urine samples. So now let us begin with my presentation, but now I hope this dope testing concept may be clear in your all mind. So I am sharing my screen. Dr. Saurav, I think I'm not able to share my screen.
Sir, try now, please, once
Okay.
again.
Okay, just one. This is stop others. Okay, continue.
Sir, first open your presentation, then try to share.
Just a minute. Dr. Raju, should I send to you or it is not?
Okay, sir.
Eh?
No issue, please.
Should I send to you?
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry for all to all the.
Not at all, sir. Not at all.
Just I'm sharing.
You just send me, and I will share.
Theoretically, I should send earlier. We should.
Doc-
No,
Dr.
no
Saurabh,
problem,
it's
sir.
okay?
No problem. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
However, you can try like one more time, sir. You have to open the presentation in the background first.
It is
and
open
then-
now. It is open.
Open. Okay. Now go to Zoom screen.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
In Zoom screen, I am able
Uh,
to see another screen.
And click share screen.
There is nothing, no option coming for share screen.
It should be
Okay,
there.
sir,
Sir, it is right in the center of the screen, in the down side.
No, there is LinkedIn और ये
Sir,
सब कुछ आ रहा है.
Sir, in green color, green
हाँ,
color
green
you can
color में
see.
है sir.
नहीं आ रहा
Share
है.
screen.
nahi, this screen should not come, which is coming, which I am able to see. This should not
Sir,
be there.
okay.
Which screen are you able to see, sir?
Zoom का ही है कुछ स्क्रीन, उसमें कुछ एक बैकग्राउंड में एक पिक्चर डला है कोई एडवर्टाइजमेंट का.
नहीं नहीं, वो
ये-
नहीं है सर, ये हमारा अभी आप हम तीनों आपको दिख रहे हैं सर अभी?
नहीं, नो.
हर्ष, कैन यू फिगर आउट दिस
Harsh,
प्रॉब्लम?
I think, yeah.
सर अगर आपके पास रिमोट का
हाँ, अभी
ऑप्शन है
दिख
तो
रहा
आप वो दे दो.
है, अभी दिख रहा है, अभी दिख रहा है. एक मिनट, लेट
Okay.
मी ट्राई,
जी
लेट
जी, या
ठीक है,
प्लीज
ठीक।
ट्राई नाउ सर.
यस, लेट मी ट्राई. Now let me try.
यस सर.
Yes, now again it is yes, green में मैं share किया है,
हाँ
but
जी,
it's not coming. In presentation is not appearing.
इट विल अपीयर सर इफ इट इज ओपन इन योर बैकग्राउंड. अभी वहां पर आपको विंडोज दिख रही होंगी ना सामने,
Yes, 4 विंडो दिख रही है.
उनमें से किसी एक में ये
दिख रहा
शेयर आपका पीपीटी नहीं दिख रहा,
नहीं दिख रहा है.
तो वो आपने अलग अलग टैब्स अगर खोले होंगे तब नहीं दिखेगा सर, अगर कई
हाँ,
टैब्स
अलग
एक
अलग
टाइम में
टैब
खुले
में,
होंगे.
yes.
सर आप फर्स्ट वाला क्लिक कर लो, उससे आपकी पूरी स्क्रीन शेयर हो जाएगी.
हाँ, या तो फर्स्ट वाला कर लीजिए सर, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन जो है सबसे
चल
ऊपर.
गया.
Yes.
हाँ आ गया
That's
सर,
okay,
आ गया,
yes,
आ
आ
गया
गया.
सर.
So now can you see?
यस सर, नाउ
open your
नाउ यू
presentation.
ओपन योर प्रेजेंटेशन सर.
अच्छा.
यस
Yes.
सर, एंड नाउ हिट F5. हाँ, या इस पे, हाँ
ठीक है.
बिल्कुल सही.
Perfect, sir,
बिल्कुल,
perfect.
बढ़िया.
Thank you very much
Please.
for guiding me. Now I am
No
older
problem, sir.
person. I can see.
No,
Eh?
no, sir. Not at all. This
No, no.
we will not accept.
Not at all, sir.
Sometimes it happens. So sorry,
please.
all audience. I apologize for that. And now we continue for this.
Yes, sir, sure.
Please, sir.
So just I will also brief about this. Just a minute. About our laboratory. So the National Dope Testing Laboratory was set up as a autonomous body under Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India, in 2008. It is the apex national body for dope testing and research. It is located in JLN Stadium, New Delhi. So you all are welcome to visit the laboratory whenever is possible as per your convenience. But we always are open for. Yes, sir, I am not able to change the slide, Dr. Rajiv. Slide moving. Dr. Rajiv.
सर it's not.
Yeah, 1 minute, sir. You change yours from your side, sir. You can change.
हाँ, yes,
Yes,
sir, you have to just click next.
Click next.
I am clicking, but no, it's not moving.
Sir try the arrow buttons on the
Arrow
keyboard.
button. Yeah, arrow button, sir.
वही कर रहा हूँ, arrow. up भी down भी कर रहा हूँ, side arrow भी कर रहा हूँ. I
Sir,
think it is in your control.
First click on this slide. Click on this slide.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
मूव
now.
हो रही है सर, अभी मूव हो रही
Yes,
है.
yes, yes. So our main objective. एक मिनट, Javis. The main objective of the laboratory to establish and maintain World Anti-Doping Agency accredited dope control laboratory in India. This is our main objective. To promote anti-doping research in the country, to maintain ISO IEC 17025 and international standards for laboratories, WADA, to have international cooperation with anti-doping lab organization in terms of research, training and sharing of the knowledge. Why it is important? Because in India there is only laboratory, dope testing laboratory. So we must have collaboration with other international laboratories. And another, to collaborate with other WADA accredited laboratory in order to know the latest development in the field of anti-doping. So first we should know little bit about what is the clean sports. So there are many ways how sports should be clean. There are many parameters. The athletes should participate fully and responsibly. Give your best effort. Show respect to teammates and opponents. These all are the part of the clean sports. Be a good sportsman. Be helpful and not harmful. Always show your appreciation for good play and hard work. Finally, really the meaning of the clean sports nowadays, no doping. If there is any kind of doping, that is, sports is not clean. So our objective and world objective is all the sports should be clean. So there must be no doping. So if there should be no doping, then there must be some program, correct? That's why anti-doping program is there. The effective anti-doping program includes, what are the parameters? First of all, education. Because if all the athletes, coaches, and other fraternity, sports fraternity is well educated, they have been communicated everything, I'm sure this doping can be minimized and it can be curbed, means there cannot be. And again, community participation, as I said, only to teach athlete and coaches not sufficient, whole community should be involved in this. That's why we must encourage the awareness about anti-doping. Third parameter comes testing. But as a laboratory, this is our main objective to testing. But as a whole world or whole country will see, then if we have good education, then automatically the testing requirement will be minimized. Then another, intelligence and investigation. Finally, zero tolerance. This is the very important terminology, zero tolerance. You can understand, if anything, any work is being done by men, there is always possibility to have some mistakes. But in dope testing, no tolerance means means we must have zero tolerance. No mistake is acceptable, including from collection of the sample to release of the result. Everything should be 100%. It is very important. Again, this slides, anti-doping program. Objective, main objective is the all doped athlete are caught. Means who is doping, they must be caught. And no clean athlete is wrongly accused. Now you can understand the difficult task of the laboratory. हम लोग, I think in between sometime I speak Hindi also because it's very easy to discuss and convince, but I don't know, maybe participants will be from South India and other parts, they may not understand fully, so I will try to continue in English itself. So the work of the National Dope Testing Laboratory is very sensitive. We cannot report any false positive, means who has taken any drug, and if we have given any athlete who has not taken any drug, means he has not done any doping, if we have reported positive, means it is false positive, then he will get 4 years or 2 years ban. And if any athlete is getting banned for 2 years or 4 years, his career is lost. Means this is the peak period generally for athlete, 5 to 10 years they do whole work and whole life work. After that, the capacity, the efficiency is not there so much. So these years very important for any athletes. Similarly, no clean athlete is wrongly accused, I already said. And who is taking doping, we must catch. If we have not caught that any doped athlete, then the prize has gone to wrong person. Correct? Means जिसने डोप किया है उसने प्राइज ले लिया और जिसने नहीं किया वो पीछे रह गया. तो हमें डोप एथलीट को पकड़ना ही है जिसने किया. Then sometime maybe you have seen, you have heard who has won the medal, and after 2-3 years the investigation was done and the medal has been taken back. Means he has proved that he has doped and this has been taken back. Recently, I remember one case from Rio in 2016, and after 4 or 5 years, it has been taken back. See the implication. Not only in that time, this investigation may be done after 2, 3, 4 years also. So what I meant to say, it is very, very sensitive work with respect to science, with respect to athletes as well. This is just one history I kept just for your knowledge sake. When it started dope testing, you must know, because I think you are listening first time this lecture about anti-doping, so you must know some background. So International Olympic Committee formed the Medical Commission in 1967. They thought there should be checking, something should be checked. Then they might have worked in detail, and drug testing started in 1968 Olympic in Mexico. In 1972 Munich Olympic, 7 athletes, 4 already medalists, you understand, tested positive for stimulants and narcotics. It means when we were not testing, maybe athlete using very frequently. An anabolic steroid added in the to prohibit list in 1975. There are some milestones we have just mentioned for your knowledge sake. In 1988, first out of competition testing in Germany. In my coming slide, I will share which kind of testing is there in competition and out competition. What is the meaning? So we'll discuss. In 1999, World Anti-Doping Agency established, which is called WADA. We can compare similar with WHO, World Health Organization, similar kind of job. WHO works in with respect to drug, and World Anti-Doping Agency is working, is regulating everything with respect to dope. In 2001, inclusion of aromatase inhibitors. The code and international standards came in existing in 2004. In the same year, inclusion of corticosteroids. In 2005, anabolic steroids. Means what I mean to say, slowly the list of the prohibited substance increasing day by day. So anabolic steroid testing by IRMS means isotopic ratio mass spectrometry. In 2005, it has been added. In 2007, International Convention Against Doping in Sports. Human growth hormone in blood by Luminator was included in 2008. Implementation of blood parameters for athlete passports in 2009. Inclusion of small peptides in 2015. Like small peptides, similarly large peptide also in the prohibited list, but which are not mandatory. But in near future, they may be mandatory. So we have to check for large peptide and intermediate peptide as well. In 2017, human growth hormone biomarkers. In the last, I would say gene doping also is going to come. Methods under research. I hope in this coming Olympic, in Tokyo Olympic 2000, which is going to be held from 23rd July to in this month itself. So gene doping may be also tested. This slide speaks about WADA accredited laboratory. So in the world, there are only 30 WADA accredited laboratories there. In Europe itself, there are 17 laboratories. In Asia, 6, Americas 5, Oceania 1, Africa 1. Now you can understand why only 30 laboratories there. Even we have more than 200 countries and laboratories are 30 only. So, which means setting up this laboratory and running of this laboratory is very different kind of work. I would say highly scientific, highly challenging. This work is there. So, I am seeing about 30 laboratories since last 10 years. Sometimes they increase, some again decrease, some again suspension. It means a lot of challenges are there. But in person, what I would say, this laboratory is the unique laboratory. In Asia, what I said, there are 6 laboratories. So let me tell name also. One in India, one in China, another in Japan, one in South Korea, and one in Thailand, Qatar. So I think this 6 laboratories covered. So we are also supporting all neighboring country. We are getting sample from Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, all these Nepal, in all neighboring countries. Because in setting up this laboratory in a small country is not easy and not easy even to continue manage. So what is the role of the WADA accredited laboratory? WADA accreditation is based upon compliance with 2 international standards. The laboratory must have ISO 17025 and must compliance for international standard for laboratories, which is published by WADA, this international ISL. These laboratories are dedicated for analysis of sports, doping, control test and research. They are not engaged in any other commercial other activities. To participate in WADA External Quality Assessment Scheme, ECAS. What is the ECAS? Let me just brief in 2 minutes. WADA sent the sample 3 times, blind sample to the all the 30 laboratories. They compare the results and they publish the very good report. So in year 3 times, we received the sample from WADA, which we didn't know what they have added in each sample, what they have and what level did they have added. So this is called blind samples. At the same time, WADA also sent double blind sample. Double blind means they incorporate their sample with the stakeholder customer samples. Means we didn't know this sample came from WADA. It is considered like a normal sample. So what they monitor in this, even reporting time, everything is been systematically followed. Because in blind sample, we already know these samples are received from WADA. So people are little bit extra care reporting everything. But double blind, they consider as a normal sample. So it is rigorous monitoring from WADA about quality of the analysis. Another successful participation in the WADA ICAS is mandatory for all the accredited laboratory. If we have not found the satisfactory, then laboratory has to make the corrective action. Then why it happened, and it will not happen in future. We have to give the root cause and all assurance. So I said there is always every year WADA publish prohibited list where all the compound mentioned which is prohibited for athletes in competition, out competition and other things. All very detailed, very comprehensive list is there. So in this list, substance and method prohibited in all time, it is mentioned. Substance prohibited methods in competition, which is also mentioned, and substance prohibited in particular sports, because there are some compounds, they are only in some sports they are prohibited, but not in all sports. We will share an example, or you can ask during our discussion in the after presentation. So we must know a little bit how this prohibited list and methods are compiled, right? So there are some criteria which is well known. A substance or method is susceptible to be included in this prohibited list if it fulfills 2 of 3 following criteria. There are 3 criteria, but if they follow out of 3, 2 fulfill, then it will come under prohibited list. So first is potential to enhance sports performance, potential health risk, violates the spirit of sports. So out of 3, if 2 fulfills any compound, any substance, they will come under prohibited list. The list is updated annually. It is available on WADA website, so anybody can go and see this list. The group of experts responsible for the updating the list is composed of chemist, pharmacist, pharmacologist, toxicologist, and medical doctor. So there is one expert committee is there in under WADA. They do continuous full year, they do work. Then they publish. I think in September they publish. They give 3 months for implementation, and it effective date is from every year 1st January of the month. This is just one slide about the evolution of the list. So you see, in the 60s, there was 10 to 20 substances were there. Then in 10 years, this list reached to 50 substances about. Then again, next 10 years, it reaches to 100 substances. Similarly, now in the list, more than 350 substances are there. And some methods and biological passport units, means blood parameters also there in urine as well as in blood, with faster turnaround time. Faster turnaround time means if our clients asking that the sample need to be reported within 48 hours, we must report within 48 hours. Because during competition, they need results as soon as possible. Even sometime they also request us for within 24 hours. Also, we have to report it, the results. So the prohibited list is very well designed. All the details are mentioned in this list. Just I made one summary from the list for your knowledge. So what substance is prohibited in competition and what is prohibited in out of competition. and you see all are almost are similar in competition and out of competition. But if you see in the column of the in competition, there are some S6, S7, S8, S9. You can see in red in addition. So these means stimulants, narcotics, cannabinoids, and glucocorticosteroids. These are the in competition. These are the additional. So it means if we are getting sample of in competition, we have to do these additional tests also: stimulants, narcotics, cannabinoids, and glucocorticosteroids. This tests additional has to be done in competition sample. These I wrote only the category. In each category, there are number of substances prohibited, parent compound as well as their metabolites. This is the just one slide regarding, because maybe you have never seen the dope sample, how it comes and how it is collected, and in which kind of bottle it is used, right? Just a minute. Hello. I will call you. I am in presentation. If no urgency, I will call. Sorry. Uh, so this all the work, the doping control means collection of the sample is not the work of the laboratory. This work is being done by the national anti-doping organizations. Every country they have their organization. In India, National Anti-Doping Agency is there, means NADA, and National Dope Testing Laboratory, NDTL. So I am from National Dope Testing Laboratory, NDTL. There is another similar organization, National Anti-Doping Agency, NADA. They are the responsible for collection of the sample and education, their main objective, and result management. So we get sample from National Anti-Doping Agency, NADA. They collect the sample, and dope control officer collecting the samples. So first of all, they select the athlete. They have a full calendar, and based on they have their own guidelines published from by BADA, and they follow these all guidelines. Then they collect the sample collection procedure there. Then they send sample to laboratory for analysis. Then legal sanction. If they have found positive, there is a procedure always. Legal procedure means they will have hearing. They can tell their view how they have taken the drug, knowingly, unknowingly, means what is the reason. If the disciplinary panel agreed, they may minimize the punishment, or if not agree, then means they give full opportunity to athlete to put their views. So you are seeing the two bottles in the picture. So each sample collected in one vessel, about 100 ml they take from athlete in one vessel. Then they split in both bottles, means one same sample should go in both the bottles. We say A and B sample. So always we get A and B sample from one athlete. A sample laboratory analyze first. If it found some compound drug, it is reported to NADA. They inform to athlete. If athlete not agreed, he don't accept the result of A sample, he can challenge to the laboratory, and he can request for B sample analysis in his presence. And we allow the athlete to come and witness, and we analyze sample in presence of athlete or either representative. He can send his representative also. Sometimes they don't come. Some elite athlete, they don't want to come, they don't want to disclose their identity, so they send their representative. So we can also analyze in presence of their in presence of their representative. You can see if the samples are same sample was split in both. So if I found the drug in A bottle, I will 100% will find in B also, correct? So for your knowledge sake, generally we get the challenge for about 10% samples. Otherwise, athlete accept the result of A sample. Anyhow, we do the B sample testing, and we also report the same, and finding are same for that. So samples transported to the laboratory by hand or by courier. Strict chain of custody. Chain of custody means who is receiving sample, he has to sign everything, and he is giving to in the laboratory for analysis. So all the chain of custody need to be maintained. Sample checked for intactness in the laboratory, sample stored in freezing condition. After receiving the sample, be stored at -20 degree, because B sample may be required to analyze after 1 month or 2 months. So some sample we also means NADA requested us to keep for long-term storage, maybe 10 years. Sample is also being stored at 10 years. So all the sample has to be stored at -20 frozen condition. We have very good facility at -20 degree. We have very good cold room, even I would say cold, it is like room, and all the sample are being stored at -20 degree. Laboratory follows the WADA standard for spore dope testing. This slide already I explained during my this one, so I will go ahead. Type of finding. So there are 3 types of finding. One negative. Negative means nothing is found in urine sample, correct? No prohibited substance found in present, so we report negative. In this, negative is very good. Negative means nothing is there. Adverse unrelated finding means positive. If any compound prohibited substance found, so it called positive. Atypical finding, there are also some cases atypical means it cannot be confirmed that is the 100% positive, but there is some trend. In some cases only is there. It is very detailed. For example, steroid profiling we are doing. So testosterone and epitestosterone, the ratio, if it is, there is guideline, if it is more than 4, so means further analysis required. So there are some kind of atypical findings. Now, what are the challenges in dope testing? So there are many challenges. As I said, more than 350, about 400 drugs and metabolite we have to say in urine sample. It's not easy. No instrument is giving, like it is not like reading that, oh, this is the positive, this is negative. We have to interpret everything. All the ions have been selected based on method development. All the methods are validated. No, without validated method cannot be used in the laboratory. Differences in physical and chemical properties. As you all are scientists, you can understand one compound means there are many compounds. There is little change in physical or chemical property. Almost similar compound, you can find number of compound. So it is very difficult to have a proper identification this. So there is always challenge. But at the time is going, technology also upgrading day by day. So we are getting good technical support to solve this challenge. No single method is available that can screen all in one. Means all 350 substance, there are no single method which can screen. So there are many methods available based on category of compounds, class of compounds. For example, diuretics, anabolic steroids, beta blockers, these different kind of small peptides. So there are various methods are available. I would say 4 to 5 methods are there for screening. In screening, if we found there are some compound is there, then we have to go for confirmation. So there are different method for confirmation also. Sample matrix interference, you can understand urine, different kind of urine we get, sometime very clear, transparent, sometime very hazy, means different kind of. So you can understand the interference of matrix. Imposition of low detection level, day by day technology improving. So for example, earlier it was the requirement for 5 nanogram. After some years, the requirement became 2 nanogram. Now requirement may be given reached to 0.5 nanogram. So means low detection, we have to go as low as possible. Limited volume of urine. There is a 100 ml urine, for example, then in A sample 60 ml, in B sample 30 to 40. So this limited volume we have to analyze with this volume only. Highest level of certainty required. As I said, zero tolerance is required. We cannot, nobody can make mistake. Nobody should make also. Non-approved substance. There are many substance which is in the world. It is available maybe through gray market, through internet. Sorry, through internet people are using. So this is also challenge to find out in this. Sorry. Fast reporting required. As I said, sometime it is required to report in 24 hours also. So these are all the challenges. This is the one important slide I put, because nowadays people are using so many supplements and they are very dangerous, because if it is authentic, that's good. Otherwise, if any counterfeit supplement product, if any athlete is using, so they are very harmful. You can see from this slide, there are very common sports nutritions like herbal extracts. They are getting from like they are saying herbal extracts, but people don't know what is in this inside. So they take for betterment, but sometimes they caught during dope testing. Some branded, no hormonal, plus much more, Osterine, like these are the all brand name. I put it just for your information, and I put one side this positive effect, at the same time negative effects. So positive effect, if it is real good supplement, they will have very good energy, improve their stamina, fulfill nutritional requirement, helps in recovering from injury, effect in mental fatigue, improve immunity, if they are real supplement. But if they are counterfeit, then they may have totally negative effect on this. Like you can see in the slides, if they are taking a 90 norandrosterone, they may have a breast enlargement. Some people, if they are taking anabolic, they can have hair loss. If they are taking ephedrines, then hypertension, stroke, and anxiety they can get. If beta agonist they are taking, then headache. Means these kind of they can face, and it is happening. You may be well aware there are so many supplements. Or if I would say, nowadays people are going to gym, and in gym they are getting gym, they are promoting the some good protein powder or something like. And people like 10th class 12th class students, they started taking them, and unknowingly they are taking the prohibited substance. So in future, I would say that there should be some mechanism to have all authenticated supplements, then only they should be allowed, otherwise they should not be allowed. These are the recent advancement in anti-doping science, the retrospective analysis. Analysis of stored sample using recent developed techniques. As I said, if some athletes are participating in Tokyo, this Olympic, their samples will be kept for last 10 years. If any or technology improve and they have doubt on any athlete, that sample can be reanalyzed after 2 years also. And if it is found that some prohibited substance is there, which was not reported this time, that also can be taken seriously, and this will be very harmful for that athlete. So always, and you are well aware, technology day by day increasing. So from now, after 5 years, there will be very sensitive technology available will be, and any sample can be reanalyzed as per their request. Long-term metabolites. Now people are during research, so many metabolites identify, they are found in body after means long term. So if anybody has taken any drug, and we can find out with this having long-term metabolites. So it's very good technology for catching the athletes. Employment of Orbitrap technology. This is the very good technology. Even today, I analyze one sample, and after 2 years, if somebody is thinking this the designed substance need to be checked, if we came to know, and if we could know the molecular weight of this particular substance, so no need to analyze the sample. By the available data in the software, we can try to get it if it is present or not. So this is the also very good technology for without reanalyzing, reanalysis of the data, we can find out. Again, gene dope testing, the progress in the knowledge of human genome map has made a considerable advancement toward gene doping. So in this area also, BATA was trying to have gene doping since last 10 years, but this time, first time in Tokyo, and this is being tested. So gene expression profiling, protein profiling, transgenic protein detection, This is the vector detection. These are the kind of detection in gene doping. In future, National Dope Testing Laboratory also going to implement gene dope testing, maybe after a couple of years. That, as I said, detection limit is going down, down, down. Earlier, for example, microgram, now nanogram, then picogram. So we have to continual improvement about technology. Athlete biological passport. This is the also monitors selected variables, biomarkers of doping over the time that indirectly reveal the effect of doping. For example, there are two athlete biological passport available, two models right now, one hematological module and another is steroidal module. So blood parameters, what we are analyzing, all the data is being entered in the software. So if any change is there, automatically this will give signal. Yes, something is changed in this, for example, hemoglobin reticulocyte, like that. So these selected, this being monitor of the passport is there for selected athletes. It is decided by the National Anti-Doping Organization. Similarly, steroid module. In future, endocrine module also may come in the picture. Research is ongoing in that direction. At present, the dope sample is being collected as a blood, whole blood, as well as urine sample. In future, the research is ongoing to use the dried blood spot. You already, I think you are aware what is the dried blood spot. One drop of the blood will be collected on filter paper, and it will be so by having the DBS, all the transportation and all the storage capability will enhance significantly. You can understand one filter paper keeping in 100 ml urine or blood keeping totally is different scenario. But research is ongoing. It may take some more time, but it will be very cost effective, easier for storage, transport, and analysis. Let's see how this is also challenge, but we'll see the progress in this direction. Biomarker and omics studies. Biomarkers analysis for detection of hormones, metabolomic study, endorsing its utility in dope analysis. Like as I said, steroid passport, introduction of endocrine passport also is there. So I try to cover everything, but it is in brief because everything cannot be discussed in this short time. So I would request whenever you have time, my laboratory is open for students, for faculty. You must come visit, have a one-day full discussion, understand the technology available. I have not mentioned which instrument available because whenever you will come, you will see all the latest technology available in NDTL. LC-MS-MS, GC-MS-MS, even IRMS, isotopic ratio mass spectrometer. Let me tell you 1 minute about that also. It is very good tool to distinguish the endogenous and exogenous steroids. If I have taken the testosterone from outside, this instrument is only there who can distinguish this is more from body generated testosterone or I have taken from outside. So in each topic 2-3 hours lectures can be given. Whenever you will come, my experts group heads are there. They are very knowledgeable. They have in depth knowledge, so they can, for example, in IRMS 2-3 hours lecture can be given. LC-MS-MS, GC-MS-MS, what really we are doing in dope testing, at what nanogram picogram level we are doing the work, and how it means appears. As I said, it is not like pathological job. No numerical value we are getting. All scientific, all interpretation has to be done by eyes, by mind. So you all are welcome, and thank you very much for listening patiently. Maybe somebody have thought it's a totally different scenario. Somebody may like, somebody may not like, but it's okay. It is good to share. In future, it is used. It is my philosophy. Today, what we are listening or hearing, anyhow, it is going to be used. So आपके भी जीवन में कभी यूज आएगा डोप टेस्टिंग. This is my belief. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Saurabh. Now forum is I am handing over to you for question and answer.
Thank you, Dr. Sahu.
Thank you.
if you kindly permit, like I can initiate the queries session, because we all have been very interested in listening to you, and all the participants are also putting in queries, and a lot of appreciations for you, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Dr. Saurabh,
if
can
Dr.
I? Yeah.
Please go
Okay.
ahead, sir, and whenever you find time. So I would like to have one query from my side.
Yes, yes. You are welcome.
Okay, Dr. Rajiv, may I go ahead with one of the queries?
Yes. Can I? Can I?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sahu, for a
Thank you.
well-focused lecture about WADA, drug abuse, working procedure of NDTL laboratory, and list of prohibited substances. So there are some questions from the audience.
Okay.
Can you elaborate methodologies for storing sample for several years without changing its characteristics?
Okay.
So this is the question from one of the Dr.
Yes,
Reddy from, yes.
As I said during my lecture, this all the sample which we are storing for long term, we have to store at -20. At frozen condition, nothing is going to happen in chemical part of this. If these are the for growth hormone like that or erythropoietins, then those sample has to be stored at -80. So we know if it came positive for erythropoietins or peptides, then it will be stored for at -80 degree. Otherwise, we will store at -20. We have dedicated facility in cold room itself. We have identified the space for long term, and the limited samples are there for long term. Generally, as per WADA guideline, we must keep the sample for 3 months negative or 6 month positive sample. If I have reported anything positive, then it will be stored at up to 6 months. Or if we get any information from NADA, yes, any hearing is ongoing, it is not completed, then they will inform us. So we will keep. Whenever we are discarding, we are taking confirmation from testing authorities, because they are the owner. They have collected the sample. We are custodian. We are keeping, right? So I cannot discard without their permission. So they own the responsibility. So as per their directions, we keep. For example, if I got this sample has to be stored for 10 years, so we will store the 10 years. All the process documented. Every year we generate the invoice. We also charge. Nothing is free of cost. We charge for them. So otherwise they will say, hey, everything you can keep 10 years, right? So we charge for each samples there. And very important, you rightly asked somebody who is asked this very good question. Now you can understand our challenge. I am keeping sample at -20. तो हमारा फ्रिज जो कोल्ड रूम है, कभी भी लाइट नहीं जाना चाहिए, करेक्ट? यदि लाइट गई तो -20 से सब बेकार हो गया, वो सैंपल का देयर इज नो ऑथेंटिसिटी. सो व्हाट वी डिड, there are 2 units in cold room. One is backup cooling unit. चलो वो भी खराब हो गया, तो जो मेन का एक बैकअप भी हमारा डीजी सेटर, यदि सब कुछ भी खराब हो गया, फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव मेड अरेंजमेंट, पूरा लाइट चला गया इंडिया का, दिल्ली का एक दिन के लिए, तो हम जनरेटर भी लगा के रखना है उसमें. आप समझ सकते हैं कितना चैलेंजिंग काम है. मीन्स 3-4-6 घंटे उसको कुछ नहीं होता है, बिकॉज इट इज -20. टिल वी आर नॉट ओपनिंग, इट विल स्टोर आई थिंक 8 आवर्स. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू कम बिलो, क्योंकि क्लोज्ड है ना सिस्टम, नथिंग इज गोइंग टू हैपन. But in that 8 hours, we have to arrange something. But we are fortunate, we are living in Delhi. There is no electricity problem. However, we can not ruled out anything unhappening. So all provisions have been kept in consideration. इतना serious काम होता है हमारा. लाइट एक दिन भी गया ना, every Saturday Sunday I have to ask with my security, भैया ठीक ठाक चल रहा कि नहीं, कुछ गड़बड़ तो नहीं है. मतलब इतना always we have to be alert. I hope I have answered your question. If anything
Yes,
is
thank you.
required,
Thank you, Dr. Sahu. I
Yes.
hope you got your answer,
yes,
Dr. Reddy. And sir, second question, if you permit.
yes, yes.
Is there any probability of false positive doping result? If yes, how can it be determined that the obtained results is false, is raised positive at the same time?
See, there is the false positive options are there. That's why I
Yes.
said in screen during first analysis, always there is screening then confirmation. So sometime we get suspected sample, yeah there may be something that ये लग रहा है drug है इसमें, ऐसा होता ही है generally because it we are analyzing in matrix, you know, it's not clean matrix. So we get a suspected compound sum, then we perform the confirmation. So till it is not confirmed that it is there, this compound is present, we don't report. Then it will be reported negative, even though it was in under suspicion. So false positive is ruled out by doing this. That's why WADA has requested we must have the confirmation method as robust, means better than your screening process. So that's why we have for each compound we have different method for confirmation. So without confirming we are not reporting. So false positive, false तो कभी करना भी नहीं, गलती से कर दिया ना तो लेबोरेटरी का accreditation is gone, accreditation suspended. So possibility is remote. However, यदि कुछ हुआ भी, then the laboratory must have to make the corrective action, why it happened, how it happened, and laboratory has to ensure it will not happen in future. पूरा document करना everything. Because I said possibility तो सब चीज की होती है, I cannot tell कि है, but we must avoid this possibilities also. I hope it is answered.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I hope you got your answer. Sir, one appreciation also I want to share with you. One of the participant wrote informative session, and it is the best session among all sessions.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है, अरे
Yes.
ऐसा नहीं है. Thank you very much for appreciation, but again I'm requesting when you will come to laboratory you will see really total different laboratory. As I said, there are I think maybe more than 1,000 laboratory will be there in India for drug testing, but for dope testing only one laboratory है. तो हमारा भी उद्देश्य है कि देश में और laboratory बनाना, डॉक्टर राजीव, and with all your help we will establish
Sure, sir.
more dope control laboratory. Thank you.
I think one more question, sir, if you permit.
Yes, you can go ahead, please.
Okay. Sir, what are your thoughts on doping in sports?
Acha.
Yeah.
Very good.
General question. Good question.
Yes, very good question. देखिए डोपिंग इन स्पोर्ट्स कई बार तो क्या होता है नोइंगली हो रहा है, सम टाइम रियली इट इज अननोइंगली आल्सो हैपन. एक चैप्टर आई शुड इंक्लूड TUE, थेरेपेटिक यूज एग्जम्पशन. फॉर एग्जांपल एनी एथलीट को बीमार हो गया तो उसको दवाई तो लेना पड़ेगा, करेक्ट? If he has something, he has to take medicine. So there is good provision to take therapeutic use exemption approval from NADA. NADA ne, there is committee of the doctors, they grant therapeutic use exemption. So what I would like to say, if athlete is well aware, well educated, though unknowingly doping can be avoided. हाँ, knowingly doping है, वो जान के ही कुछ कर रहा है तो डोपिंग तो होना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एज पर माई एक्सपीरियंस व्हाट आई वुड से, हमारा जो पावर लिफ्टिंग, वेट लिफ्टिंग और जो कुछ एथलीट्स हैं दे टेक मोर, दे डू मोर डोपिंग, which I am not saying, it is a report saying yearly but a published report also, you know, means it is also available on public domain, people can see it कि which kind of compound people are doping, किस डिसिप्लिन में डोपिंग ज्यादा हो रहा है, जो एथलेटिक्स में भी होता है डोपिंग. तो देयर आर मींस पीपल आर डूइंग नोइंगली बट समटाइम दे व्हेन दे कॉट दे लॉस्ट देयर करियर, तो उनका करियर भी खत्म ही हो जाता है. एक बार पकड़ में आ गया ना तो 4 इयर्स का बैन हो गया. ये भी आपको बताना जरूरी है, इफ 2 टाइम हो गया ना तो उसका लाइफ टाइम के लिए भी बैन हो जाता है. एक बार 4 ईयर का हो गया, सेकंड टाइम और मिल गया ना तो लाइफ टाइम बैन, मतलब उसका करियर खत्म पूरा. सो पीपल मस्ट बी अवेयर कि भाई डोप नहीं करना है. एक तो हेल्थ के लिए हजार्ड है और हेल्थ के साथ साथ इफ यू हैव बीन कॉट यू हैव लॉस्ट योर करियर. सो डोपिंग तो होता ही है, इसलिए तो एंटी डोपिंग प्रोग्राम भी चल रहा है और चलाना भी है. ये तो वर्ल्ड वाइड फिनोमिना है. यूएस में भी हो रहा है, अदर कंट्रीज आल्सो देयर, बट आई वुड से स्लोली व्हेनेवर वी आर मेकिंग गुड अवेयरनेस, वी आर एजुकेटिंग अवर एथलीट, वी आर आल्सो एजुकेटिंग अवर कोचेज। भाई कोचेज को भी एजुकेट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सम टाइम सम कोच दे थॉट अरे मेरा स्टूडेंट या मेरा जो है उसको जीतना ही चाहिए, तो उसको अन्य हो सकता है वो उसको डोप करा दे, वी डोंट नो। सो कोचेज का अवेयरनेस इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि जब एथलीट को भी प्राइज मिलता है ना तो कोच को भी प्राइज मिलता है। तो भैया वो कोच सम टाइम कोच में थिंक, सो कोचेस पे भी बहुत मीन्स इफ दे आर वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट कि हमारे एथलीट should not do any doping, I am sure it can be minimized further. I hope it is answered.
Yes, sir. The way you are answering, sir, next question is raised by the participants. So
कोई बात
I
नहीं।
think they are happy. That's why they are asking.
नहीं
So
कोई बात
the
नहीं।
next question is, sir, if you permit,
Yes, yes.
is any efforts to set up state-wise doping centers?
देखिए बहुत वही हो ना, तो लॉन्ग डिस्कशन है, दिन भर भी चलेगा तो कम है, बिकॉज द फील्ड इज लाइक दैट। स्टेट वाइज अभी क्या है, देयर इज एज आई सेड नेशनल एंटी डोपिंग एजेंसीज देयर, सो दे हैव देयर रीजनल सेंटर्स, बट इन फ्यूचर देयर मस्ट बी इन इवन स्टेट लेवल पे जाना चाहिए, अभी नहीं है। एंड फॉर दैट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज ब्रिंगिंग आउट द एंटी डोपिंग एक्ट, जो अभी तक है नहीं हमारे यहाँ। एक्ट होना चाहिए, देयर आर रूल्स इज देयर बट एक्ट इज नॉट देयर। तो एक्ट हम लोग का भी आई होप कि विद इन 6 months it will go to parliament for approval. It is already drafted and I got also opportunity to give inputs, so we have also given so many inputs, and in that input also I said there should be more laboratory. That's why I am confident in future there will be more laboratory, anti-doping doping control laboratory. So once act is in place, I'm sure this is going to be strengthened anti-doping program in India. Like in pharmaceutical, there are so many pharmacovigilance center, similar kind of in anti-doping में भी कुछ growth हो जाएगा, but it will take some time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. One more question.
Yes.
The consequences of doping in children.
देखिए मैंने अपने प्रेजेंटेशन में भी थोड़ा जिक्र किया था कि जो आजकल छोटे बच्चे 10वीं 12वीं के भी जो जिम में जा रहे हैं ना, वो जिम वाला भी अपना प्रमोट करता है, एडवर्टाइजमेंट करता है, भाई ये भी खाइए इससे आपकी है बॉडी बनेगी और ये सब। तो ये मतलब माय पर्सनल व्यू दैट वॉट एवर इज बीइंग सोल्ड इन जिम, दे मस्ट बी ऑथराइज्ड कंपाउंड प्रोडक्ट्स, they must be checked for means doping substances, for then only it can be avoided. And children में तो क्या होता है ना, बेचारे बच्चे हैं, sometime means they must be also educated, and I would be happy to sharing it is very good chapter in physical education book in 9th standard. तो जो 9th standard में physical education बच्चा जाता है, they have very good chapter and it is more elaborated again in 10th. No, sorry, it is in 11th and 12th. 11th में जो physical education select करता है ना student,
Yes, yes, yes.
so if they are so it is in syllabus, and really it is very good about anti-doping. It is explained very nicely. So I believe the teachers are teaching them and they are well aware, but sometime the student may try you know, वो स्कूल लेवल पे कौन पूछ रहा है, कौन एंटी डोपिंग सैंपल कलेक्ट कर रहा हमारा, तो वो ले लेता होगा, क्योंकि आजकल इंटरनेट बड़ा डेंजरस है, इंटरनेट ऑल इंफॉर्मेशन इज देयर, so
Yeah.
they find which substance can be taken and they find and they may take. उसके लिए भी what I suggested at school level games, at state and district, इन सब में भी डोप कंट्रोल का सेंसिटाइजेशन होना चाहिए फ्यूचर में। they must have fear कि हमारा अचानक कोई आ सकता है, सैंपल कलेक्ट कर सकता है, करेक्ट। यदि कोई आपका डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल का टूर्नामेंट हो रहा है या स्टेट लेवल का हो रहा है, स्टेट लेवल में देयर मीन्स एजेंसी जाना चाहिए, रैंडमली 2-4 सैंपल कलेक्ट करना चाहिए, मतलब उनको डर होना ही चाहिए। और डर हुआ तो भाई आप 1 साल के लिए बैन हो जाओगे, मीन्स इतना टाइट मत उनको बैन करोगे 4 साल और वो सब, बट पनिशमेंट मस्ट बी गिवन। जब तक हम पनिशमेंट नहीं देंगे वो सब एवरीबॉडी विल टेक लाइटली, तो उनको बोल देंगे भाई आप तुम 1 साल पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पाओगे कोई भी स्कूल टूर्नामेंट में, तो मीन्स दे विल हैव सम फियर। So this kind of activity is also required. So more sensitization is required. Even आपने स्टेट लेवल बोला, मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल भी जाना चाहिए, तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे भी अवेयरनेस होना है. So but slowly it will come like that. देखिए आप खुद सोचिए, आपने पहले कभी डोप टेस्टिंग का लेक्चर नहीं होता था, आज डोप टेस्टिंग का लेक्चर भी कर रहे हैं आप, तो मीन्स अवेयरनेस इज इंक्रीजिंग, है ना. तो ऐसा होके वंस एंटी डोपिंग एक्ट आ जाएगा तो इट विल enable us to set up further means centers, and I hope it will be done. So thank you. I hope I
Thank you, sir.
answered.
If you permit, last question is
Okay,
there.
okay, no problem.
I hope it is last.
No, it's okay.
At present, RIA, that I hope radio immunoassay, he's asking, she is asking.
Hmm.
So is RIA is used. So what is scope of research in serology testing?
देखिए RIA हम लोग अभी जो कर रहे हैं ना, एक बायोमार्कर के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं. उसके लिए हमने वी हैव टेकन द अप्रूवल फ्रॉम अपना जो एटॉमिक रिसर्च सेंटर है उनसे, बिकॉज दिस द radiology involved. So we have taken the approval for this. So one small laboratory is there, but जो होना चाहिए उस डायरेक्शन में इतना रिसर्च नहीं हो रहा है. Even people are moving from radiology to LCMS.
Yeah.
Because it should be also feasible to use in the laboratory, correct, as well as so अभी एक एग्जांपल जो मैं देना चाह रहा था कि IGF, insulin like growth hormone, IGF, insulin like growth factor, that we are going at present वो उससे है हमारा RIA से. Nowadays we are changing method, we are developing method by LCMS, and it will be very user friendly, very usable. So that's why people are trying to minimize the use of radioimmunoassay. This is the because ये थोड़ा regulatory other issues also involved in that, na, and harmless for people as well. If I have not properly answered, you can also one-to-one see or he can discuss with me, so we can have more discussion. Even I will involve my concerned person, he can give more input in this.
No, sir. The answer is thank you, sir, for a nice presentation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Sahu, for a wonderful presentation, and you have answered well. I hope all the participants are satisfied to ask their question.
Thank you very
One
much.
quote I want to share with all the participants. I want to dedicate to you only.
Yes, thank you.
कहते हैं शब्दों में भी जान होती है,
अच्छा.
इन्हीं से दुआ, इन्हीं से अजान होती है. ये दिल की गहराई के वो मोती हैं जिससे व्यक्ति की पहचान होती है.
क्या बात है,
So with
क्या
these
बात है,
words, so kindly, sir, you have answered the
Thank you.
questions of all the participants, and thank you very much for joining this FDP and for a wonderful lecture. So
Thank you. Thank you.
now, thank you, Dr. Saurabh. Over to you.
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah,
Rajiv,
please.
thank you so much. And I have actually one small query, if you permit, just last but not the least.
नहीं पूछिए डॉक्टर
Yeah,
साहब.
and it was revolving in my mind from the last 1 hour.
Acha.
So like there is always a lag time between the sample collection and the actual biochemical analysis.
Yes.
So, and also you described about safe custody of samples.
Yes.
So how do you relate all the three things? Because the sample is collected at one point, it is tested at another point, and being carried by maybe a team or maybe a suitable person. Because in this whole process, the temperature you just mentioned is very, very important. And if temperature is important, then definitely WADA must be asking the audit of the same. So
Yes.
do we have any facility of temperature logger or temperature data logger better? So that we are tomorrow we are able to show it in a responsible way, sir.
Excellent question, Doctor. आपने पूरा, मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ, whenever you will come, I will show everything physically as well. But
Definitely, sir.
it is very good question. Data logger always be received with blood samples. For blood samples is very important. And when we stop data logger, when we started the analysis of blood, तो blood का तो guideline भी है sir कि within 12 hours it must be analyzed. 12 hours से ज़्यादा. That's why I'm telling we should have more laboratories. अभी त्रिवेंद्रम से सैंपल दिल्ली लाने की क्या जरूरत है बताइए, करेक्ट ना?
Yes, sir.
आउट एरिया से एटलीस्ट all 4 metros we must have the laboratory, उस एरिया का कवर करेगा. रिगार्डिंग यूरिन सैंपल सर, यूरिन में इतना क्रिटिकल नहीं है, उसमें ऑलरेडी गाइडलाइन ये है, वंस इट इज कलेक्टेड इट शुड बी रीच टू द लेबोरेटरी एज सून एज पॉसिबल, क्योंकि इमीडिएटली माइक्रोबायल ग्रोथ वगैरह कुछ नहीं होता है. हाँ, बट ऐसा अभी गर्मी में 50 डिग्री पे आपने 2 दिन बाहर रख दिया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. सो प्रिकॉशनरी दे आर टेकिंग एट 2 to 8 डिग्री, जो कलेक्ट करने के इमीडिएटली बाद दे कैन keep the sample at 2 to 8 degree, or they will deliver to the laboratory. Once it reaches the laboratory, then it is in our custody. Before that, it is under custody of the courier or either dope control officer. As I said, sometime we get sample from directly from dope control officer. मान लो उसने हरियाणा में कलेक्ट किया सैंपल, वो खुद लेके ट्रेन से लेके आएगा, यहाँ सबमिट करेगा, एंड वो चेन ऑफ कस्टडी वही है. वी विल टेक हिज आइडेंटिटी का सब प्रूफ लेके रखते हैं, उसका सिग्नेचर कराते हैं, और जब हम रिसीव करते हैं जो हमारा डॉक्यूमेंट में उसके उस पे की दस्तखत कराते हैं उसके, तो वो जो अकाउंटेबिलिटी होगी. दिस इज द चेन ऑफ कस्टडी. और वो डोप कंट्रोल फॉर्म भी है, एवरीथिंग इज डिफाइन. तो डोप कंट्रोल फॉर्म भी सब साथ में आएगा, उसमें जितना डिटेल रहेगा. वी डिडंट नो एथलीट नेम, बाकी सब मालूम रहता हमें. हम ऑलवेज वी गेट सैंपल बाय कोडिंग.
राइट सर.
जो मैंने आपको बॉटल दिखाया था, दीज बॉटल हैव यूनिक नंबर इन द वर्ल्ड. यू नो, वर्ल्ड में एक ही नंबर की बॉटल मिलेगी, वो दूसरी बॉटल हो ही नहीं सकती उस नंबर की. बॉटल ही जो मैन्युफैक्चरर है ना, वो नंबर कोई डालता नहीं, वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पे ही नंबर है बॉटल का. सो दीज आर द ऑल यूनिक नंबर्स, क्योंकि ये पूरा वर्ल्ड का डाटा वाडा के पास जा रहा है. सो देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी ओवरलैपिंग, करेक्ट ना? क्योंकि वाडा ने वेरी गुड सॉफ्टवेयर बनाया है एक, तो हम जो भी काम करते हैं वी एंटर इन अवर मींस देयर सॉफ्टवेयर. दैट्स व्हाई वाडा हैज all the data from all the world, and they publish very nice report and end of the year मतलब year के 6 महीने बाद, because huge data is there. So statistics, by applying statistics they interpret it in different way and it is very nicely presented कि कौन सी ड्रग ज्यादा ली जा रही है, कौन सी ड्रग किस एरिया में ज्यादा ली जा रही है, सब कुछ निकल के आ जाता है उस रिपोर्ट से. So chain of custody always maintain all the data logger. जो डाटा लॉगर है ना, उसका भी पीडीएफ जो TXT फाइल हमें अपने कंप्यूटर में लोड करना पड़ता है डाटा लॉगर से, बिकॉज वी हैव टू गिव एविडेंस ना. आप कैसे बोलोगे कि हमें तो डाटा लॉगर आया भाई, हम ऐसे बोल नहीं सकते. वी मस्ट गिव, वी एनक्लोज दैट फाइल ऑल्सो. वो पीडीएफ की फाइल जो है ना, वो उसमें हमारा लॉन्ग लाइफ के लिए अवेलेबल है वो. सो इट इज वेरी हाईली रेगुलेटेड, आई वुड से हाईली रेगुलेटेड, हाईली साइंटिफिक वर्क इज देयर. दैट्स व्हाई फुल डेडिकेशन इज रिक्वायर्ड. ये सब छोड़ देना कि 9 बजे आए 5 बजे जाना है, ऐसे में तो नौकरी चलना ही नहीं डोप टेस्टिंग में कहीं भी रियली. तो अब एज आई सेड, आपको 24 घंटे में रिपोर्ट करना है तो पीपल हैज टू स्टे होल नाइट आल्सो. नाइट में करके देना है तो देना ही है रिजल्ट, नो कॉम्प्रोमाइज. दैट्स व्हाई वी मस्ट हैव ऑलवेज इंस्ट्रूमेंट आल्सो इन बैकअप. ऐसा नहीं मैं बोल सकता हूँ ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट खराब हो गया तो खराब हो गया, तो आपके पास बैकअप होना चाहिए. तो हमारे पास ऑलवेज वी कीप 2 इंस्ट्रूमेंट, यू नो.
यस सर.
चाहे भले एक खाली रहेगा तो भी रखना है हमें, उसका AMC CMC मेंटेन रखना है. तो ये हाई पैसा खर्च करने के वाला भी इंस्टीट्यूट है. दैट्स व्हाई आई सेड इट इज लाइक ए इसरो एंड DRDO. इट इज लाइक NDTL. और फ्यूचर में आप देखेंगे इसका स्टेटस, NDTL का स्टेटस इसरो और DRDO लेबोरेटरी से होना है, with all your kind support, all your kind support.
Definitely sir. Definitely agreed sir. We are with you.
Sir, that's why you are working on zero tolerance.
Yes, it is correct.
So thank you so much Dr. Sahu for sharing your presentation and your thoughts and the very knowledgeable session on dope testing, regulatory compliance and the associated ins and outs of this particular sector. And you have definitely opened up newer horizons before our participants for working on dope testing and sports pharmacy.
Thank you.
Thank you from the core of our heart, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, in the current COVID guidelines, like we could not invite you to our campus, so we have designed one digital certificate in your honor.
Thank you.
Can we have it here, sir?
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
And I request Dr. Rajiv to kindly join me in felicitating
Yes,
Dr.
please.
Sahu.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you both. Thank you
very much again.
Thank you, sir. We shall be sending it by speed.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks a lot,
so
sir.
much,
Namaskar,
sir.
sir.
Namaskar. Good time.
Here we conclude the 2 sessions for day 5, and after the lunch break we shall proceed towards the last segment of this program, that is the valedictory session. Everyone is requested to kindly rejoin at 2:15 p.m.
And on behalf of the organizing team and me personally, I thank Dr. Rajiv also to always be readily available for my all support for the for this FDP and for rest of the institutional work also. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saurabh, and all the. I must
Namaskar,
congratulate
sir.
all the organizing team for this FDP. You are working well, and I hope all the participants are satisfied with the sessions. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. All. Thanks, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye, sir.